Yo YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy SalvationsElite. We're back with another video, guys. We're finally back after a little while break from the Learn from the Pro series. We're back doing it. As you guys can see, it's CTF, London Docks, OpTic Luminosity, CWL Atlanta just last week. I was at the event. I work as a referee with MLG, if you guys don't know that. For me, I don't get to watch as much of the event as I'd like to because I'm reffing and working. So it's fun for me to go back and watch some of these games. This was an awesome game between OpTic and Luminosity, and Luminosity plays almost a perfect CTF. But before we get into that, I want to first of all say, all right, if you hear any like wind blowing noises in the background, it's because it's crazy windy outside. It's so freaking annoying. And you know, you might hear a little bit of sound coming from my window over there. Just, you know. Next off, we want to talk about the Discord server again. If you guys haven't heard, I started a Discord server. It's like a Call of Duty community type Discord server used for whatever you wanted to use it for. Most of the time we're doing Call of Duty stuff on there though, whether it's 8s lobbies or whatever it may be. At this point, the plan is on Saturday to host some crazy rules 8s lobbies, like snipers and shovels only or whatever, you know, stuff like that. Just crazy rules lobbies on Saturdays, and hopefully I'll be able to stream that, so you know, stick around for that. You guys can submit videos for me to review and then coach. Like, it's for the new coaching series that I'm going to be launching on the channel in the next week or so. I'm waiting to get enough submissions where I have a good enough video to make that happen. So the link's down in the description. You can just fill out the form. It takes like literally 30 seconds. I'll do my best to figure out what you guys are doing wrong, what you or your team or whoever it may be, and really just giving you those tips that you guys need to get better at Call of Duty. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm here for. All right, so with that said, we're getting right into this video. CTF, London Docks, OpTic Luminosity. Let's do this. So you can see right off the rip that LG is sending one pipe side, one mid, and then two kind of watching dock side. They have one dock stairs, they have one at the side door of beer watching that dock flank. And so they do a fantastic job of being extremely patient right off the bat. Obviously, they must know some of OpTic's tendencies, and they're able to call that push on that dock side really well. They play patiently for those picks. So you can see they get the call out, which allows them to bait Formal just enough to get John in position to get that easy kill on Formal. So we'll go back and look at this again. So basically what they do is they patiently wait, get those kills at their spots. You can see where they're setting up, kind of waiting for those first dominoes to fall. And so when one guy starts shooting, the next guy starts shooting. It's how that works. And so you need to get to a point where this is extremely easy for your team. It's not something you have to think about, but something that comes really naturally. And that's when you become elite at CTF. After that squad wipe, they push forward, get that space that they need to get. And that's what they do so well, and that's what you need to think about in CTF, is taking advantage of those kills that you get. And that's one thing a lot of teams really struggle with early on in their CTF lives, is that they don't understand how to capitalize after getting those kills. So you can see how LG gets that kill on Formal, moves forward immediately, and gets that position in fire to play those spawns. So okay, first we're going to pause it here for a second. So pay really close attention to Octane's patience underneath the crane to wait for his callouts and then peek and get those kills. And his positioning is what allows Luminosity to end up eventually capping this flag. And so we'll see how this plays out, and then we'll talk about it.
Luminosity. Go to Slack. Let's go to Slack really quick. You can see he's on that flank. Oh, big win by Formal. That should stop the push, but there's Octane, and they get the flag out. Octane with 3.
So Octane doesn't peek until Slack is on that flank. And even though Slack gets cut off the flank, it distracts OpTic just enough for Octane to catch him off guard. And he's able to get that 2-piece right there real quick. So he gets that 2-piece, kills Scump and Karma, which allows LG to get that easy cap on that flag. And so again, not only does one of them push forward to grab the flag, then they have JCap waiting in fire, which is exactly what you want to do in a CTF like this. You want to make sure that you have the right positioning for when they grab the flag, especially if you know where they're spawning on London Docks, where they're spawning back bus in this situation. Grab that flag, make sure you have a sight on that head glitch, and then you fall back to mid and make sure you pull that in the right direction. So again, in this situation, JCap knows that they're going to be still spawning back bust. And so what he does is that he gets himself into the right position on the stairs to allow for them to rally this flag and pull again. You can see there, JCap gets that pull, and then immediately Slack is there to guard his back. And so you can see now that Slack is there to try to cover him. He gets killed, but that's just what JCap needed. And just a perfect play from Luminosity to get that cap again, go up 2-0 right off the bat. So again, we're skipping forward just a little bit. Now Luminosity's back on the attack. So you can see that they get all 4 kills here, and immediately JCap goes straight for the flag. And that's the thing for a newer player to CTF, is that you just have to pay attention to how much time you have left for all 4 to be down. So JCap immediately knows he has enough time to get to the flag, grab that flag, and pull. So now we're going to pause it again. Look at this smart play from JCap. You can see right here on the screen that he can see the nade come in. They immediately know that at least 1 or 2 of them spawned by docks. So he slows up, waits for John to get those callouts and get those kills, and then he pushes forward. Again, a fantastic play from JCap. And not only that, but they make the right call knowing that they spawned Docks and they didn't spawn back bus to pull through pipes instead of pulling through beer. So it's a fantastic play from JCap. Great communication from Luminosity. So we're just going to skip forward a little bit to when Luminosity is about to score their 4th pull, and now they're on their way to scoring a 5th pull. You actually saw that John, again, played really good positioning underneath that crane to weaken Crim. So then JCap was able to trade Crim's kill and then pull the flag. So now what we can see here in Fire, again, is that you can see LG play so patiently. It's really beauty inside the chaos with these spawns, because they're trying to figure out exactly where OpTic is spawning. The Slack dies and eventually calls out that one's on the dock side, and so they know that at least 1 or 2 of them spawned on docks, and then the other 2 are about to spawn, which means they'll probably spawn back bust. So JCap plays perfect patiently inside Fire as Luminosity pulls out the streaks to support him. So now we can see what happens as then JCap makes a great play to pull through pipes to get the cap.
Trying to make the play. Glybomb comes in to help him, wins the one-on-one.
He's good. He might be good. He's
got to get through gate. Can he get it through gate? There we go. Great play. Great heads-up play by JCap.
Octane then picks it up. He won't win the gunfight, but you still have John there. The score should still be able to make it in time. They're coming in with nades. There it is, the 5th score. Finally, a counter opportunity. But
big time play. So let's skip to the second half and watch how Luminosity plays one of these stalemates in CTF. Like, stalemate in CTF is like when both teams have each other's flags and they're just kind of like trying to get a kill to return their own flag so they can cap. So I mean, it's one of those issues where you have to somehow hunt their guy while protecting your guy, and it's one of the toughest things in any Call of Duty game mode. So let's watch how patient and how perfect Octane plays this as he sneaks up that left side of the map through docks and into OpTic spawn to get that kill and return the flag. All right, so let's watch this.
JCap and John go huge, and that right there, those 2 kills likely delay this score, inevitable score, maybe for OpTic give me another 45, 60 seconds.
Yep, they're just wasting time off that clock.
Now it's Octane's turn. He's trying to sneak up the map here. Let him go. Lets him go. He's coming in behind. Formal's gonna be ready for this. The sneak
Man,
from Octane.
Big time plays from Octane there to allow John to cap and go up 6-1. Huge plays from LG. I mean, and that's what you have to do in those situations, is be sneaky, be patient. Sometimes don't shoot, and that's how you get those caps. Because if he shoots there, not only does he have to kill Crim, he then has to kill Formal, because Formal will be expecting it, and more than likely Formal would play time until another player can get there. So I mean, just the perfect play from Octane to make that return, which ends up being a huge reason why Luminosity wins this map. So Karma does a fantastic job of ensuring that LG is spawning back bust still. So what he does when Scump grabs this flag is that he turns around, checks Docks real quickly to make sure that they're still spawning back bus, which allows Scump to know which way he needs to pull, whether he needs to go pipes or whether he needs to go, you know, back beer or whatever side. And then that was the big difference. So let's watch this and see what Karma does.
Go down. Oh, Scump melts another. Oh, this comeback dream. Can they do it? This is the kind of momentum, kind of swing game that can shift.
So it's really just a smart play from Karma, even though they're not able to mount the total comeback. They're able to do a great job of getting that cap, and Karma was a big reason for why they ensured that. And so just another smart play from a veteran guy like Karma. I mean, those are the types of things as an individual player you need to do to make sure that your team is in the right position, in the right place to pull that flag and return it in the right time. So that's the type of stuff you got to do. So the last thing we're going to look at here is just another really smart play from JCap. And so what he does is he goes mid, goes through fountain, goes into beer, and plays extremely patiently in beer. And I mean, I guess you guys have probably noticed that one of the key words in this video has been patience, patiently playing. I mean, at the end of the day, the pros, the timing is down to the T with those pros, and their ability to wait it out and play the right corners, make the right plays. I mean, that's because of their patience and their ability to wait for the right moment to make the right play. Exactly what JCap does. He waits inside of beer for the callouts that OpTic is really pushing into their own base, and so then he pushes up into OpTic's base to grab that flag and eventually get the dagger capture. And so at the end of the day, what you have to pay attention to here is JCap makes a decision to offensively play defense, really, in a way where he sets up in a place where he basically will either for sure get a kill or a capture, one of the two. I mean, at the end of the day, those are the types of positions you need to put yourself in to be extremely successful in CTF. So, I mean, there you go. At the end of the day, Luminosity ends up winning. LG played an amazing CTF there. always had tabs on the spawns, knew where OpTic was spawning 24/7, was able to, I mean, obviously they were shooting real straight, had great gunfights, but they were always in better position than OpTic almost the whole game. I mean, and that was the reason for why LG dominated that game. I hope you guys learned something new, got better at Call of Duty, but you know, if you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Share the video if you guys really enjoyed. I really do appreciate it. I love seeing your comments down below. Join the Discord server, say hi, drop in, and join the fun on Saturday. But nonetheless, guys, as always, I'm your boy SalvationsElite, and we'll see you next time. Rise didn't even see it coming. It's now a 1v3 though, as X-Ray gets 1, gets 2. X-Ray's getting challenged by the combat shotgun. Good pick there from Zero, but looks like Orange has sights on him.